I need something to start my tea. I'm back. And this time, I brought a spoon. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. Dragavondo! Noxanguis! Jamek Unyielding! Hello, hello! Foolish Genius! Once again with us! Welcome all to the show! Oh, Jamek confirms Evelyn riding waffles is connected to the Ascendant skin, not to being in the party with Strix. Aha! 1,000-year mystery has been solved. Thanks to Dr. Jamek Unyielding, PhD. That stands for Pretty Heroic Dietitian. There you go. Pretty Heroic Dietitian. Clearly, you're getting silly Mars today, and there's nothing you can do about it. I hope that's okay. Hello, Braxian. Hello, Reds fan. Hello, Freedom's Choice. Welcome, 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 one and all. Oh no, I'm dying! And Idle Champions. Oh no! I haven't Baylot stacked! Ah! It's fine. Yesterday filled with silly? Yeah! Oh, sweet, we're already getting questions in? Awesome, 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 awesome. Nice. We do actually have, like, a handful of leftovers, barely any. So we'll be getting through those first, of course. And then we'll jump into the fresh stuff. Nice. What? No, I paused you. You have to pause when I press the pause button. That's the deal. It's in the contract. There you go. Here's a man who puts the big to shame. His hands are magic. Idle Champions his game. He's got a cup of tea, we're wetting his whistle. And his advice is on point, like a magic missile. Hey Mars, we've got questions for you. Hey Mars, we need your guidance too. From your guiding hand. Look sharp. Right. So then I can put this back on. Huzzah! Okay. Now then, let us begin. Oh, there we go. Okay. There we go. Aha! Greetings, champions. Welcome to Mars Guiding Hand. I am Mars. This is Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, the free-to-play, officially licensed Dungeons & Dragons formation and strategy management video game from Codename Entertainment. These people. Which I am one of them. Aha. Anyway, on this show we take a look at the latest content, discuss strategies, and answer any questions that you may have about the game. So, get cozy, grab a drink. I like tea, personally. And join me for a little while as we talk about all things Idle Champions. Today is Thursday. It is April 14th now, 2022. This is episode 177. Hello. Welcome. I hope that you all are faring well. It is overcast over here. Not actively raining. There is signs that it rained overnight, but it is not actively raining, and so I do not have Earl Grey. I've got to see the water coming down. I got to see the rain, not the evidence of its passing. And then I can have an Earl Grey. So, I don't have an Earl Grey. Today, instead, I have my malty biscuit brew. It's tea that tastes like cookies. It's wonderful. It's very good. So, with me today is Jordan. My morning mod, you might say. So Jordan will be catching your questions. If you have questions for me, put them in the chat. Jordan will grab them and put them in the questions document for me. I look a little flushed out here. I think my camera needs some adjustment, which would take a bit more work to do. So, how about if I just cut one of my key lights instead? That's better. That's an improvement. Alright, great. So as you can see, I'm dying. A quick check-in on my accounts. On Steam, I'm dying. Do I somehow have an invincible freely? No, Balos just keeping them alive. Okay. Goodbye. Goodbye, team. Goodbye. Goodbye. Yeah, so I was doing another deep push here. This is not the one that I was playing yesterday. I started a new one. So yesterday I was at like E42 favor, and I ended at E56 favor. So this time I'm starting at E56. I'm currently sitting at E51 gain, so I haven't even had any actual gain yet. I've gone to 1143. I've actually Orkira stacked up to E23, so I've got 23 stacks of Healing Flame now. Oh, but I don't have the correct feats on. Let me change that. 80% Elemental Fire, 25% Healing Flame. That's better. That might make the difference between a couple of stages. Anyway, over on my Epic account, however, here we go. I'm playing through Wrecked Flying Fortress. So just making my way downtown, through hell. Wrecked Flying Fortress. Have to complete Area 475. I have done so handily. I'm on 560 now. I've even made some favor along the way. How about that? That's pretty neat. I got pretty lucky with my Shaka Celestial puzzles this time, so that's been nice. But I think I'm going to end this so that we can actually do some event stuff. And I believe we had a plan yesterday to not just play through some event stuff, but also, specifically, to set up like an armor shredding team. So, I hope that you all have been thinking about that, and that we're ready to puzzle things out together. Like Shaka. So I have a celestial puzzle, it's an armor puzzle. Alright, let's complete this one. Green grass. I believe we are going to play through Armored Assault, because that's another one that some people have been struggling with. So I was going to play through that on my Epic account to show how it can be done. Got a complete area 175. Gosrick starts in the formation. He can be moved, but he can't be removed. His armor revelation ability starts unlocked. All best enemies have at least 25 armored health. Armored enemies require 100% more damage to deal 1 armored hit. Gosrick's armor revelation ability is plus 100% more effective. Getting to know Gosrick. Gosrick's attacks can weaken armor, use his specialization, and increase his attack speed to make the most of this feature. Let's go. I'm confident we can do it. Yeah, the early stages are going to be fine because it's just normal enemies. No big deal. And let's just get some people on the field. Once we actually get to some bosses, then things will get more interesting. So let's let this go for a little while. And we will pivot our attention back over to Steam. Alright, let's go back to stage 1. I'm going to get some questions answered, and we're also going to start on working on armor shredding team. How about that? That's another reason why I actually haven't done my Baloth stacking yet, because I knew I was going to have to pull everybody out anyway. Alright, first of all, we got a leftover Renvincible. So is Ashara 300% of support because the bonds apply 3 times? Yeah. Yeah, I like that. That's fun. Ashara, 300% support. Lord Frozen Darkness, I got 10,000 gems. What is the best value? 20 gold chest or 3rd familiar? Almost full blue and some purples on my champions. Almost full blue, and you do have some purples? I mean, if you're already at 10k, you should just go ahead and grab that 3rd familiar. Because having 3 familiars on the field is going to shave off, like, many seconds from every adventure that you go on, potentially even minutes from every adventure that you go on, and those really add up over time. I'd go ahead and get that 3rd familiar if I were you. And Possible Cabbage, have we had a whole affiliation all be useful yet? Like Sentry, Keelik, and Ayla are all great, but Lucius drags the average down for Erois. I feel like Heroes of the Plains is probably the one for that. Pretty much everybody in Heroes of the Plains is awesome in some way or another. Alright, that takes care of our leftovers, so let's go ahead and start building an armor shredding team. So the whole idea about this centers around using Gosrick. For Gosrick's armor ablation. This is what we're interested in playing around with. Gosrick's cold attacks lowers an enemy's armor threshold by 15% for 30 seconds. Only applies to armored enemies, stacks up to 30 times, but each stack tracks its own duration. Okay. So what I'm interested in doing is making Gosrick attack faster so that he can have many, many more stacks of armor ablation. And anyone else who we could put in the formation who can specifically really do something about armor. Esmeralda and Human, okay. It's a good place to start. That's the Saspia. That's Esmeralda. Esmeralda. The thing about Human is same slot as Narak. So we gotta really, like, do some thinking about whether Human is going to be more worth it than Narak for Narak boosting Gosrick's armor ablation via Gitsurai Focus. Probably worth it. Seeing how much bonus we're getting out of this, Probably worth it. Yeah, Cleave. Middle column. Increase the damage champions against boss enemies by E8% if the boss has hit space or armor-based health. Successful attacks destroy twice as many segments as it normally would. Yeah, Narak, I love you for your synergy with Gosrick, but I think Human wins this one hands down. Human, too strong. Yeah, plus boss enemies move 25% slower, and reduces the base attack cooldown of champions adjacent to the Kobold by half a second, which means Gosrick's going to attack even faster. Now, I think another person that we should definitely consider is Whittle. Because of Whittle's hurry up now, and only as slow as the fastest link. Champions affected by Whittle's Vampiric Gaze have a base attack cooldown equal to the quickest of the affected champions. And, hurry up now, champions affected by Whittle's Vampiric Gaze have a 25% chance to immediately reset their base attack cooldown after they attack. Yes, 6 hands down for Human. That's fun. That's fun. Okay. Right, so we need someone who attacks quickly. Celise for attack speed? Don't think that's doing us any great favors there. I know that Calliope is a good one to bring along for attack speed. But if we do that, now we're in a position where we can't actually have a DPS up here. Which might be Binwin. Sentry? For a fast attacker? Yeah? 4 seconds? Very nice. That's going to bring Gosrick down. 4 seconds. Cool. Usurp Archon for the sweet 0.98 attack speed. Let's see if we can make that happen. That could be very fun. Let's see, what would we have to do for that? We'd have to... Okay, so Archon would need to be... Well, Archon can't be receiving the buff in order to usurp it. But then does Archon have to be... Does Archon still have to be adjacent to Whittle for everyone else to get the attack speed of Archon then? Archon has to be next to someone that is adjacent to Human, and also next to Whittle. Okay. Adjacent to someone who's adjacent to Human, and then also next to Whittle. This... How's that doing? 3.4. I mean, still pretty good. Let's go ahead and bring Binwin out here, because I want to at least give him a chance. You know, I'm not cruel. I'll bring out Binwin once in a blue moon, once in a green grass. Oh, only next to Whittle. Okay. Well, in that case, how do we want to do that? We have Whittle back here. 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 There's that 0.98 cooldown. Oh my gosh. So, oh yeah, there we go. Super Gosrick, engage! He's attacking faster than once a second. Incredible. And we still have middle column Human for Cleave on top. Amazing. Okay, so we can go ahead and have Binwin over here. I guess we can have Esmeralda in the same column as Binwin. We've got more freedom for what tank we actually want to have. Let's see. Undead, fiends, humanoids, monstrosities. There's really not a lot of any of these in here. I'll just go with humanoids. Okay. There we go. Prepare. Esmeralda marks every enemy she attacks with this debuff. If the enemy has armor or hit space, health champions in Esmeralda's column remove an extra chunk when dealing damage to them. Otherwise, the enemy's max health reduced by 50%. Nice. So we want to increase the effect of prepare. Or at least just have it affect everybody. Yeah. There we go. Okay. So, we can move Esmeralda pretty much anywhere we want now, which frees up a bit more positioning for the column with Binwin. Alright. Yeah, does this still work for the attack speed? Nope. That works for usurping Vampiric Gaze, but not for the attack speed. There we go. Okay, and let's see. I think Warden for Hex stacks. Plus being able to stun people is always nice. Oh, and the fact that we can have them right next to Whittle also means that Warden will be attacking at the 0.98 second attack speed. Incredible. Oh, man. Alright. Yeah, we don't need Sentry up front, so we could go Wolfgar. We could go Wolfgar. Here we go. Alright, and since this is basically supposed to be for armored boss slaying specifically, we'll go with the right side specialization. We got room for a couple more champions in here. So, let's see. Is anybody else going to be particularly good about helping in this scenario? Whittle's spots are all taken up right now. And there's always Ayla, just get more debuffs on the field. Yeah, let's go with Ayla for now. Put her back here. Okay, and let's well, we'll just have a strong buffer. Why not? We can go with Baloth, although we'd have to probably move some people around. Yeah, we could do like this. And Esmeralda can go here. And then that means Baloth can go back here. Hey, there we go. So, how's that for an Armor Slayer team? They are not going to be able to get past this stage. They do not have the damage to do it. But it's just cool to see them in action. There's probably ways that we could improve on this, but I think as far as the first pass goes, pretty good. You know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to save this. Armor Slayers. And I'll put a date on it. There we go. Alright. And I think I will put this into formation save today. So that Sean has to make this better. That'll be fun. Okay, let's move back over to Epic and continue playing through Armored Assault. It's very on brand considering what we were just doing. While we get to the fresh questions. So, I hope that was enjoyable for everybody. Lil B 508 question: what are the ways to get patron influence? Is it only doing patron variants? Yes, you have to clear patron variants in order to get influence, which means there is a finite amount of influence available in the game, but that number is constantly going up every time adventures and variants get added to the game, which is like at least monthly. Reds fan 73 question: anyone get bad weather? We had tornadoes near where I live. Whoa! Wow, tornadoes? Yikes. Had some rain last night. I still see the pavement wet, rain soaked. But, no, not anything beyond that. It must have been a bit of a storm, though, because I did have troubling dreams. It tends to happen. Little B question, do your patron currency, like rubies for Mert, go away every week? No. It's a good question because perhaps you're not alone. Perhaps there are other people who also make the same assumption that just because weekly challenges for patrons expire after a week, there's a weekly reset Mondays at noon. Perhaps some people assume that means you also lose whatever patron currency that you've gained each week. You do not. You keep it. I've had these 4 ruby coins for several weeks now. Just hanging out. So no, you don't lose them. Dragavondo! Opening the new store crashes the game for a lot of Steam players. Do you know anything about that? I don't! I'm not part of the specific team that takes care of stuff crashing. But, like, if I'm the first person to hear about something, then I make sure to alert the team so that they know about it. I think they were talking about it yesterday after I got off work. So I don't know, like, what the current situation is on that. No one else is in the office yet. Right now it's just me and Jordan. Yes, I'm part of the Joy team. The Hype team. Hype Squad, I guess. Yeah, I stream stuff. And I moderate and produce and do other things. Have a lot of meetings. I think I'm technically a subset of the marketing team. Adam Human. Good name. Question. Hello. And can't work out if Vi or Melf is the better speed champion. Any advice? Melf! Strongly Melf. Like, you get a random speed mechanic for Melf out of the 3 possible things whenever you clear, like, 50 stages. And, like, they're not all, like, equivalent. I think one is, like, more useful than the others. But Melf is overall just more useful than Vi for speed mechanics. Unfortunately for Vi. Foolish Genius. Question, have you ever had a D&D character with an explicit phobia? Was in a Ravenloft game before current character, and my Valor Bard was claustrophobic, which made things interesting on the Eberron Doom Train domain. Oh, interesting. You've been coming up with some really good questions lately, Foolish. Let me think. Let's see. Okay. No, but I did have a character who had an obsession. So, like, you know, not phobia, but, I guess philia. I had a character who had an obsession with a particular thing. Flowers. Because they were made of bees. That was my first of several clues to the rest of the party that my character was actually made entirely of bees. They were utterly obsessed with flowers. Anytime they passed by a particularly beautiful flower, they would be like, just freaking out, like they didn't know what to do about it. Because they wanted to, you know, do the bees thing that bees do with flowers, but they couldn't blow their cover. So they were just having to, like, control their urges. And that was fun to play. Yes, that was the Hellwaspin armor. Yeah. Solbicio, question. Did you open Trials of Mount Tiamat on your Epic account? I just did unlock and there's no normal campaign there at the moment. No, I have not unlocked it yet. I am working on that. See, over on Baldur's Gate Descent to Avernus, I am making my way through it. I'm almost there. I'm so close. I've got to defeat the Bleeding Citadel next. And if I jump over to my Steam account, I can see exactly how far away I am on there. Okay, once I beat Bleeding Citadel, I gotta do Idleglen, the Battle of High Hall Tower, and then Elturel's Last Stand. So I have 3 main missions left to go. Then I have to complete the Mad God challenge adventure. And then I will actually have Trials of Mount Tiamat available. So, very likely, by the start of next week, when my next trial is available on Steam anyway, I'll be able to also have trials available on my Epic account. That's exciting. So, not yet, Silvicio. If you want to go ahead and start a trial, you know, feel free. But, I will likely not have my trials open on my Epic account until Tuesday, at the earliest. Kinravip, question, what things should I consider when choosing a champion to send off against Big Dragon Mama? I like the question, and I like the way that you've asked it. What things should I consider? Like, you're not just asking for, like, an explicitly, objectively correct answer. You're asking for what considerations should be made. Which is how a lot of these questions actually tend to be. Like, it's really hard to give just a blanket, objectively correct answer. Do we need to level up people? Now they got it. They'll be fine. So, considerations that you need to make. First of all, the effect that you're getting for sending in a champion as your Assault Front champion to fight Big Dragon Mama. I like to focus on the champions that give increased scales, that'd be Makos and Paulton, because that's what you're doing it for. You're doing Trials of Mount Tiamat to get Tiamat scales, because those are the things that are used for legendary forging. So if you can just squeeze a few more dragon scales out of fighting Big Dragon Mama, then you should. But you need to then also consider, do I use those champions normally? Like, do I actually use these champions a lot? Because remember, whichever champion you choose to be your Assault Front champion, you are giving them up. You will not be able to use them until your trial is over. You won't be able to use them anywhere. So that's rough. Which is why I usually go with Paulton instead of my Makos, because I actually do use my Makos. Not all the time, but often enough that it matters. Although less so nowadays. I might be good to go back to using my Makos. That's something for me to think about, honestly. But outside of that, I like to just use champions that give all champion damage up if I can't go with Makos or Paulton. Like, if other people on my team have already chosen Makos and Paulton, I just go with somebody who increases all champion damage. So the considerations is really just twofold. One, what effect are you getting out of using that champion? And two, is the effect that you get out of using that champion as your Assault Front champion worth giving up that champion for a week or however long it takes? Those are the considerations that you need to make. Thank you for asking. Jamie Unyielding question. Hey Mars, curious. How you use real mythologies in Faerun? Everyone different, sure, but seem tricky sometime. So at least follow tier. Other Acer involved? What do? Your thought? I largely don't. I largely don't use real-world mythology in Faerun specifically. But I do often use real-world mythologies to inform my homebrew settings. I have several homebrew worlds. There's Armea, Isodia, Vona, and each of them I have definitely used inspiration and adaptations of real-world mythologies and folklore. My background in college was that I majored in philosophy and religion, with a focus specifically on South Asian religious traditions. I've always been fascinated by beliefs and belief systems. So that has followed me into my creative efforts as well. So for specifically Faerun, I largely don't. I like to just work with whatever established lore exists. I reference the Realms wiki a lot whenever I'm running something that's going to be set in the Forgotten Realms. But otherwise, I don't really worry about mythology from our world in Faerun. I just check to see if it's something that already exists in Faerun, if it's established somewhere, and then just go with that. I don't want to, like, go against canon, I guess. Yeah. Which is why I find doing Homebrew World so liberating, because whatever I say is canon. It's much better. Okay, I feel like actually moving this to a real team here. So, let's go ahead with keeping Gosrick. Who else do I want? Well, let's see what Shaka's puzzles are. Support, human, and non-binary. Okay. No one on the tank line yet, so I can do whatever I want there. Not sure about human. I don't know if I really use any humans in my Ashara Potpourri exotic team. Maybe. Let's go ahead with Potpourri. Come on, Ashara. Come on, Orkira. Talon. Grama. Sentry. Although, if I have Sentry in front, I don't need Tatiana. Okay, Tatiana, where's your friendship spot land? There? Oh, on the human spot? Oh, no. Alright, well, we're going with Sentry then. If we put Shaka here, then Shaka can be adjacent to two puzzles. We mail there. Okay. So Talon can go there. Ashara can be there. That's fine. We can go back to pushing forward again. Hello, Rust. I can't afford you yet, but I would like you to join the team, please. Suppose we can go ahead with Hitch. That way I can get a human there. Go with Charismatic. Ah, interesting. Armored Assault doesn't actually give armored health to the Elder Brain because it's already a segmented health creature. Okay. Interesting. So at least the brain stages aren't more difficult than normal. Still a pain, I suppose. Having to deal with its, no, we'll go with Sentry's Homeland. Having to deal with the constant self-healing. That is frustrating, to be sure. But you know what? Push him back. Put a wall up. Oh no, things got past the wall. Alright, so we need other people out here. Ooh, if I go with Calliope, I can put Ashara here and Calliope here, and then Sentry's also within steps of Calliope. That's nice. Yeah, there we go. Now we're doing it. This might take another minute or so, but I think odds are in our favor at this point. Do I want somebody else out here? I've got one more spot I can put somebody in. Could go with... I mean, I could bring out Okoria. How many magic attackers do I have right now? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay. Come on, Okoria. Alright, back to questions. Kevin Bullaware, question. Do they have $9.99 wild offers anymore? $9.99 wild offers. Surely they do. feel like I would have been told if that had permanently changed for some reason. What's my current wild offer? Oh yeah, here you go. Here's a $9.99 wild offer right now in my game. Perfect. I love when things just work out like that. Connellan, question. Is there a wild offer storm today? Have you been offered anything that's tempted you? There actually is, yeah. There's a wild offer storm. I think going till Monday? Yeah, I think going until Monday at noon Pacific. So like through the weekend, I believe. I could be wrong, but yes, I've been tempted. But I must resist. I must resist. It would be so nice just to pick up extra familiars or unlock characters. But no, I will resist. Because of playing this account specifically. Because I don't want to do anything that isn't free to play on this account. Sorry, this stage is just really starting to annoy me now that we're still stuck on here. Come on! Ugh! These mind flayers! Come on! It's ridiculous. Am I just gonna have to set up a brain killer team? And just come in here and blast ultimates? If that's what I need to do, then that's what I need to do. But I'm hoping that's not the case. And we have to do this 3 times. We gotta beat it on 50, 100, and 150, so I'm gonna be worried about the higher level Elder Brains. I still feel pretty confident that we'll be able to take care of this one. If I just keep leveling up people occasionally, and we'll just eventually we'll get it. Took an hour to clear Area 50 when I did Armored Assault, entirely because of the Armored Mind Flayers giving the Elder Brain time to heal. Yeah, that's frustrating. Okay, if this is the thing that people are getting hung up on, then let me see what I can do about puzzling out a solution here. Go back to stage 1. I'm gonna try my brain killer strategy. Let's see. Armored Assault, DPS for oh, okay, ran out of room. Okay, so we'll just save that. Alright, so what I want to do is basically put in people and level them up to get their ultimate attacks. Sure. Sure. I don't care. Okay, Shara's still on cooldown. Oh, I can switch out Orkira now. Give me Bruno Battle Hammer. Oh, I can't lose Gosrick. That's okay. Human. Sure. Really just want the ultimate. So I'm gonna have to keep leveling them up. Them. Okay, and Dritzt. I need to get back to a stage where my familiars can actually kill things and get some gold. So, not you. Soon. But not yet. Okay, stage 49. There we go. Okay, so here's the team. Oh, need a few more seconds for Ashara, and then I can swap out Ashara for somebody else. I'm basically grabbing a whole bunch of different characters. Entirely different characters. Honestly, Kroll's Ghoul Pool might just do the trick on its own. Okay, and their exact positioning doesn't so much matter to me. Because they're really just here to fire off ultimates. Okay. Brain Killer 1. I'm going to save that on 1. Alright, and now let's load my Armored Assault DPS team. And let's actually save that to 2. Okay. Or actually, let's save this one to 3. Because this is the one that I want to land on ultimately. There we go, on 3. Alright, now let me get one more set of characters. Sasaspia, I guess. Celeste, definitely. Artemis, sure, fine, whatever. And Desmond with better attack speed. And oh, maybe we should have used Desmond for the armor shredding team, because he does have the ability to make people attack faster. Alright, Briv. And Kronz, why not? Kron's base attack can also hit multiple times, because he also has the cantrip with the Firebolt. Okay, and instead of Hitch, I'll take Tatiana this time, I guess. No, I'll take Delna. I'll take Delna. Alright, good. And instead of Shaka, let's go with Makos. Sure, it's one more hit. That's fine. Hopefully that'll be enough. Alright, and let's save this team as Brain Killer 2. Alright, so here's Brain Killer 1, Brain Killer 2, and then my actual DPS team that I'm using. Let's see how this goes. What my plan is, I'm going to go in with Brain Killer 1, fire every ultimate attack that I have, switch to Brain Killer 2, fire every ultimate attack that I have, and then switch to my actual DPS team and hope to finish the fight. Go ahead and summon some Imps Havilar so we can get you ready. Alright. I don't have Corazon. You can suggest Corazon all you want. I don't have him on this account. Alright, here we go. Bye-bye! Done. Haha! There we go. That feels better. Brain Killer Ult Squad. Because sometimes just spamming ultimate attacks can win. So, back to questions while we go up through the next 50 stages until I have to do that again. Smugglebira, good time zone Mars, good time zone to you as well. Is there any way to increase crawl stacks that's not feats? Any way to increase crawl stacks that's not feats? I mean, increasing stacks is just letting Kroll attack things. Like when they spawn, they'll spawn with a plague, and then when Kroll attacks, he'll also apply a plague. And then when enemies die, the plagues can then transfer to the other enemies, and that gives you the increased stacks, which have a hard cap at 40 stacks of each type. So you can't really, like, get above 40 stacks. The feats don't give you more stacks, they just make the stacks more effective. No, that's really it. I mean, there's specializations to choose which of the types of plagues you want to be more effective. There's Krull specialization choice. And then there's the feats for Krull, and that's pretty much it. You can make Krull attack faster if you use Whittle or Desmond or anybody else who can just increase attack speed. Because, remember, Krull does apply more of his Draconic Plague every time he attacks, adding a plague if possible, or adding 2 stacks to each of their plagues every time he uses his Necrotic Touch attack. But no, that's really it. Reds fan, question, Mars, did you know there's a Marvel character called Swarm who is nothing but insects? I did not. I did not know that. I know that that's not the only character in, like, fictional media that has that sort of identity. I know that it's a trope. It probably even has, like, a TV tropes page. One character that comes to mind is actually from Brandon Sanderson's Stormlight Archives. I have a necklace for it. I don't want to give away spoilers, but basically, there is an entity that is made of bugs. Arametus question: just finished enough variants to try Rhea Reborn. Any tips or tricks to trying it? Just finished enough variants to try Rhea Reborn. Oh, yeah, that's right, because one of the bosses there is a Bell can really ruin your day with the constant, like, stunning and disabling of upgrades and such. Yeah, it might be useful to you to have multiple formations that you can switch between. So that if, like, one of your teams is, like, really disabled, you can switch to a different one. Attack fast, attack hard. You could try getting, like, a Bud Spike on an earlier stage, and then come in and hit the boss with a bunch of ultimate spam like I just did on fighting the Elder Brain. Remember to use debuff stacking if you can. Like, you could bring in Warden and put together those hex stacks on the boss until you actually have enough damage to take it out. There's also, of course, you could just use Briv to jump the boss. You could see if offline progress might get you past that particular boss fight. But for actually fighting it, it's just a hard one. It's just really tough. Yeah. Bud Spike on a previous stage and then come in swinging with ultimates might be the way to go. Good luck. It's rough. They really make you earn it. Foolish Genius question: did they say the reason it is Mad God and not Mad Goddess? I know in Magic the Gathering they always use God no matter the gender of the character in question. No, I don't think that's ever really stated. I mean, yeah, she is a goddess, specifically, Tiamat. I'm looking at my giant miniature of her up on the shelf over there. That thing is, God, bigger than my entire torso. It's huge. Anyway, I don't think it's actually stated anywhere. Yeah, it really should be Mad Goddess. I don't know why they went with Mad God instead. I don't know. Bubba, question: what should a newish player pick up via Timegate with a total of 24 slightly geared heroes currently unlocked? Currently no swaps for slots 2, 4, 5, 6, or 10, Heavily reliant on Orkira to push. Okay, so you've got 24 slightly geared characters already. You need people for 2, 4, 5, 6, and 10. Alright, let me switch back over to my Steam account, since I have everyone over here. Alright, slot 2. Whittle for speed, or Donar for pushing. You could unlock Blushi later on. You don't even have enough characters to try for Blushi yet, because you end up losing 23 characters over the course of the adventure unlock mission for Blushi. So you need to collect more characters before that's even feasible for you. Anyway, so Whittle or Donar for slot 2. For slots 4, oh, Baloth for sure for power. Sentry for speed. Desmond's also really useful for particular variants where you are denied various champions on the field. Like if you have boxes or chickens or goblins or whatever stuff taking up space on the field, Desmond is super powered. He gets a Lament the Lost ability, which stacks up very rapidly, very powerfully, with even just 1 or 2 people down. Let's see, what else did you need? You also need 5 and 6. Okay, in slot 5, get Briv if you don't have Briv. Briv's a big thing. Keelik is also a really good healer and support. And Viconia can also be useful. Yeah, in slot 6, Krull is huge. The Ghoul Pool can really destroy bosses. And besides that, his Draconic Plagues are just really useful both for getting increased damage and increased gold dropped by enemies. Shandy for speed. And for slot 10... 10's harder. 10 is a lot harder. It used to be, like, I would say Havilar for sure, easily, because Havilar's speed mechanic. But Havilar's speed mechanic is harder to use now because you can't really set it up for automation anymore. You have to manually activate it each run now, which is just a little more tedious. It doesn't make her any less useful as a support or as a tank, but as a speed champion, it has kind of reduced her overall value, I suppose. So I would still think that Eliwick, Yorvin, Torgar are all pretty good and pretty even against each other. Yeah. Hope that helps. Oh, follow-up? Okay. Do any of them scale particularly well without requiring stellar gear? Event champions in general scale well without huge gear, and then scale even better with huge gear. Because event champions are harder to gear up than evergreen champions, so their gear matters more than evergreen champions. For which ones matter, let's see. I mean, as far as speed champions go, Whittle and Sentry, their speed mechanics still use gear, like Whittle's Tasty Friends, slot 4. This is for her speed mechanic. So she already has a pretty good speed mechanic, but it's made even better with gear. But if you want someone who doesn't care about gear whatsoever, for speed, Shandy. Shandy just flat out increases the game speed by 25% as long as the formation hasn't come under attack in 60 seconds. So if your formation comes under attack, then you need to get the enemies off of you, and then there's a 60-second wait period, and then she makes the game go faster again. She has a specialization which doubles it, so that it goes 50% faster. So as long as you can keep enemies off of you, you can pretty much constantly run at 50% increased speed if you have Shandy in the formation, which helps a lot. For characters who have just really awesome power without even worrying about gear, Krull. The first time I ever added Krull to my formation, without any gear whatsoever, I pushed my highest wall by 70 stages. If that gives you any indication as to how strong Krull is, even without any gear, that's a big one. You're welcome. Good luck. Okay. Fey Knight. What sort of bonus does Gosrick provide in a trial? That's a great question, and it's something I can't check right now. I don't have trials unlocked on my Epic account, and I already have a trial going on my Steam account, so I can't actually check what Gosrick gives for trials. Can anyone in chat tell me? Can anyone in chat check and let me know? Oh, that burns me up. I can't actually check that myself. I wish I could just see what the trial bonus is for a character, even if I have a trial going. Oh, it's just champion DPS? Oh, okay. Just all champs damage? Alright. I mean, it's what I expected. It's kind of one of the default ones, really. So, no big deal. But thank you, chat. Thank you. Darn. I was hoping for another increased scales champion. We'll get another one someday, I'm sure. Maybe Dungeon Master. Legendary Dragon. What do you do when you run down on event tokens? Grind for more? Basically, yeah. That is rarely something that happens to me anymore these days. I'm going to switch to other teams so that I can get their ultimates off of cooldown before we hit stage 100. But when I'm in the situation that I have run out of my event tokens to run the current event with, I use some bounty contracts, because when you use a bounty contract, you get more event tokens. The higher tier bounty contract, the more event tokens you get. And if I've run out of bounty contracts, then it's time to open up some chests. Gold chest and electrum chest specifically. And if I don't have any of those, it's time to go farming. I go to Mad Wizard, set up Mojang Automation, get my speed team out, and go. That's pretty much it. Also, make sure to check for any codes that you might have not redeemed yet. It usually is the case. Like, we give out several codes every day, so it'll usually ends up being like, oh, I missed this one. Oh, I missed this one. Oh, I missed this one. That kind of thing. So always check for more codes. I think we give out like 70 a week. Onyx Squared. Question, Mars, have you been experiencing the epic version of the game freezing more than usual? The kind you have to kill the task and restart? No. No, Onyx, I've never had to do that. I don't think I've, on any game, on any of my accounts for Idle Champions, I don't think I've ever had to go into my task manager and kill the program. In years of playing the game, I don't think I've ever had to do that. And I have been noticing more crashing with my Steam account, but not my Epic account. If anything, my Epic account seems more stable than my Steam account currently. So no, I have not experienced that personally. Weird. I wonder why that's affecting you. Oh. Oh, people chiming in. I did that in my Epic game today. Really? Having the same freezing, kill, restart on Steam since last update. Experiencing the Epic game freeze for the past 3 days. Put in the ticket. Yeah, good. Yeah, put in tickets. First of all, put in tickets. Happened after I opened the new store. Really? Interesting. Quick question. Everybody who's reporting the freezing and crashing, do you have the new shop? That'll be the one that looks like this. Oh, hi, Narak. I wish I had you on this account. Yes, yes, new shop. Yes, yes. New shop, yes. No for me, says Maple. Okay. Most people are saying yes, though. So I wonder if Maple might have just been like a fluke for you. Since apparently everybody else is saying yes. Oh, Guinevere says no. No crash out of the new shop, no crashing, freezing with new shop. Interesting. Alright, I mean, if you are experiencing crashing with the game, go ahead and send in a ticket, if you're able to. And I'll make sure that the team is aware of this after the show, since I'll have, like, I don't know, 5 minutes. I can at least say something to somebody. Crashing... New shop. Epic, Steam. Underlined. There we go. Thank you, chat. But honestly, the best way to report issues really is through the ticket system. Because, for one thing, I'm forgetful. And for a two thing, sometimes people just ignore me. Green Tomato. I just got here. We going for the Gosrick thing? Going for the Gosrick thing. We're playing through Armored Assault, which is one of Gosrick's variants, his final variant. It's one where we have to beat Area 175, and all the bosses have extra armored health, which is really nasty on the Stage 50, 100, 150, etc. boss fight against the Elder Brain, because the Elder Brain itself still has its standard 50 segmented health. All of the Mind Flayers that it's constantly summoning, however, have armored health, which is very frustrating because those Mind Flayers, when they attack, also then heal the boss. Usually not a big deal. But they're usually not armored. They are armored here, and that is... oh boy. That is a little frustrating to deal with. Yeah. If you can just beat 150, everything else should be easy. It's really just the Elder Brain fight. And not even because of the Elder Brain, it's because of all the Mind Flayers on the fight. But yeah, that's what we're currently doing. On my Steam account earlier, we did like a Gosrick armor shredding team. We tried to like theory craft what a good, like, actual viable armor shredding team might look like. And this, if you're curious, this is what we landed on. We've got Wolfgar, we've got Ayla. Ayla's here for the debuff, so that just make enemies take more damage. Warden likewise is here to make enemies take more damage through the Hex stacks. Bailoff is here just because Bailoff is an incredible support character and can help Wolfgar to stay alive for a bit longer during a fight. We've got Benwin as our DPS, weirdly enough, although he's... even though I was trying to set him as my DPS, we ended up with Archon DPS. Yeah, there you go, Archon. Whittle is out here for making my champions attack faster because Gosrick's Armor Ablation, which makes enemies' armor less effective, stacks up every time Gosrick attacks. So Gosrick normally has like a 5-second attack speed. We have brought Gosrick's attack speed down to be faster than 1 second by virtue of having Archon with Usurped Power next to Whittle. So Gosrick is going very fast now. Likewise, Warden is going very fast as well, which is great for stacking up those hex stacks super quickly. Human is also here on middle column for Cleave, so that all of the champion's damage is increased by a large amount against bosses, and if bosses have hit-based or armor-based health, successful attacks destroy twice as many segments as normally would, making all of our DPS characters that's actually doing the damage to the armored enemies twice as effective. Plus making them attack faster if they're adjacent to Human, which Gosrick is. And also bosses move 25% slower, which is helpful too. Makes it take longer for them to get to the formation. Gives us a better chance of stacking up debuffs before they can actually do anything. Now, unfortunately, I can't actually progress with this team because at the end of the day, the damage that they put out is lower than my actual Ashara DPS team that I was using to push on this particular free play. Uh-oh. I think my Epic game is actually crashing right now. Yep. Yeah, I can't even quit the game. Wow. Okay. So, hey. Hey, chat. You're right. I'm gonna have to actually close something via my task manager. I've never had to do this before. In the history of my career with Idle Champions, I've never had to force quit the game before. Well. Okay. Oh no, I don't know which one of this is which one of this is the one. Oh, it's this one. Okay. So make that one go away. Ooh, yeah, that's never happened before. And then I was live on Twitch. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna put in a ticket and take my own advice. I'm relaunching now. Alright, I guess I won't open up the new shop today. Until that's fixed. Yes, GDQ moment, exactly. Man, I would love to watch some GDQ. It's been a while. Good memories. Those are always fun. I really like Awful Block in particular. That's my favorite. That's my favorite segment is Awful Block. Just the worst video games. It's always so funny. There we go. Now we're back. Alright, well, all of you reporting that your Epic games were freezing and crashing, I believe you. Because it literally just happened to me. Legendary Dragon. How often does an Epic pop out of a gold chest? Oh, what? I almost opened up my shop! I almost opened up my shop! But we just experienced freezing and crashing. Okay. Okay. So if I can't actually check the odds info button, guess I don't know what the actual odds are for a regular gold chest. There's a pity timer, which is nice. If you open up 10 gold chests in a row and you haven't gotten any epics yet, then by the 10th gold chest, you're guaranteed to get an epic piece of equipment specifically. Epic consumables do not reset the pity timer, so that's also nice. But I guess I don't know what the actual odds are. I really want to look at the thing in there. 12%? Okay. That sounds reasonable. That sounds believable. With my streamer luck, it certainly feels like more than that. But that sounds like a reasonable amount for it. Arametus, question. Adorable store familiars, why can't I quit you? Yeah, they are super cute, aren't they? It was a wild time. Once upon a time, we didn't have any familiars. It wasn't even a concept that existed in the game. Back in, like, year 1. Maybe even part of year 2. Like, there was a good portion of time when... Oh, no. Ugh. Oh. Can we? Maybe? Maybe? Before it gets out of hand, can we just... Yeah! Alright. That one was easy. Moving on. Awesome. Yeah, once upon a time, we didn't have any familiars in the game whatsoever. So you just had to pick up coins manually. All the time. Every fight, every monster. So when they actually added familiars in, it was, oh my god, this is amazing. What a game changer that was. I did not expect when familiars were added to the game that we would end up with... I think we're nearly at 80 now. It's a lot. It's very much a lot. Definitely over 70. We definitely have over 70 familiars. I don't know if we're actually at 80 yet. We might be. But it seems like we're constantly adding more. But it's cool because, like, you don't have to collect them all. You really don't need to. There's an absolute maximum usable number of familiars, right? Like, if you think about it, 6 on the field, 1 on click damage, 1 on leveling up every member of your team, even if they're not on the field. So that's like 13 and 6, that's 19. And then 1 on every ultimate attack. So the most ultimate attacks you can have at once is 10, so that would be 10 more. And then you could have 4 familiars on the roaming ultimates bar uselessly. Because if you have familiars on each of the ultimates, then the ones that are roaming on the ultimate bar are doing nothing but moving around. So at that point you've got, let's see, 14 plus 19, 33. So 33 times 3, 99. Because there's 3 adventuring parties that you can get in the game right now. So it's an absolute maximum. of usable familiars is 99. But that's also pointless. There's 6 familiars on each of those parties in that situation where they're not even doing anything that's actually useful. So you can just knock off another 18 familiars from that, bringing you down to, what, 81? So 81, like, actually useful maximum usable familiars. So I suppose we're very nearly at that number now. But then you don't actually need all of those for your background parties. You only really need familiars for your active party. You need, like, I don't know, 2 per background party? 1 for on the field and 1 for leveling click damage, typically. Which drastically cuts down the number that you need. Anyway, this is all to say that, like, it doesn't feel like we are drowning in familiars because, well, to me at least anyway, because they all do the exact same thing. They just look different. They just look different. If they actually function differently, then it would be much more of a concern, I feel. But because they're all completely functionally identical, they just click stuff for you. Then it's just collect the ones you want. If they were just, like, different colors of just the Mage Hand familiar, if they were just, like, I don't know, here's fiery Mage Hand, here's a spooky Mage Hand, here's a Mage Hand covered in flowers, whatever. Like, yeah, I would just collect a bunch of Mage Hands. I feel like that's cool, and just put them everywhere. Of course, on my Steam account, I like having them all so that I can just have the randomizer turned on and just see what I get. And there's kind of that fun, like, collection aspect of, like, oh, Pokemon, gotta catch them all. So, if that's the sort of thing that appeals to you, cool. But hopefully you don't, like, actually feel that pressure, because they all function the same way. Champions, sure. It is very important to collect all the champions, because they do all function differently. But familiars, more up to you, really. Legendary Dragon, where do you even find Blushi? So, Blushi... See if I even have the adventure unlocked yet. You have to go to the Wild Beyond the Witchlight campaign. And then from here, you have to go to the second map, Prismeer. You have to get to the 4th camp, which I don't have on here, so let me switch over to my Steam account again. Here we go. So over on my Steam account, Wild Beyond the Witchlight, Prismeer, 4th camp, Downfall, the Fairy Rings of Thither. You need to get through the Fairy Rings of Thither base adventure so that you can then play the Bully for You variant adventure. Now this one's a challenge. A Bullywug joins the formation. Every 25 areas, the Bullywug leaps to a new formation slot of the champion from the bench seat with the most available champions. Okay, so at first blush, not a big deal, because we have had several variant adventures where there's an NPC escort that moves around, causing you to constantly swap your champions around to build another type of formation so you can adjust to the changing situation. It's annoying, but we've had practice with other variants up to this point. But it gets worse. Any champion the Bullywug leaps on is knocked out for the rest of the adventure. So you're constantly losing champions. You're going to lose 23 champions over the course of this adventure. So you got to go in with a large number so that you can pivot around anything that might happen to you for losing your champions. And then, champions can't be removed from the formation once they've been added. So every time you put someone into the formation for Bully for You, you are committed to that champion. You are using that champion until the Bullywug lands on them and knocks them out. You can move them around still, but you can't take them out. So you gotta be real careful with your choices. Also, Fire Breath Potions can't be used during the adventure at all, and click damage has no effect after Area 100. Yeesh. So that is a tough one. The patron version even more so. So good luck to everyone going after Blushi. It's tough. Not as bad as Lesson in Classes, but one of the tougher ones for sure. A lot of special rules going on in that one. Okay. So let's see. We are still working on Armored Assault. We've caught up on questions now, which is nice. Blushi made your lesson in classes easier? Nice. Blushi's really awesome. I really want to unlock Blushi on my Epic account, because I feel like she would be so nice to have, especially since I'm going for mainly Potpourri Exotic Bond for Ashara. Blushi would count toward Exotic, and would be a magic attacker for my Olcoria as well, so that would also really help. There we go, there's my actual team. But it's gonna be a while. It's gonna be a while before I can actually unlock her and use her. So I gotta be patient. Boo-hoo. It's so hard to be patient. I will do it, and when the day comes, I will do the Bully For You variant on stream. But I'm just not ready for it. I have to clear 600 while losing 23 champions. I can just barely clear 600 in the best of situations, having no restrictions in a free play. See, if I check my achievements, my highest stage ever reached is 607. So I do not have a lot of confidence about clearing stage 600 in a difficult variant. Not yet, anyway. Maybe if I unlock some more characters, get some more gear on people, get some feats maybe. These things will help. The minimum number of champions needed to clear Bully For You? I mean, you would have to have at least one person on the field. Because there's armored bosses. So I suppose if you're losing 23 champions over time, then you need minimum 23 characters. But that is assuming that you have a character that is strong enough to clear stage 600 boss fight on their own. Which is really putting a lot of confidence and faith in a single champion. If anyone has a champion strong enough to do that, respect. No click damage. No fire breath. Wow. So it's not that you need 23 champions. It's that you need 23 champions plus however many champions you feel that you require to beat a boss fight that's at stage 600. So, maybe that's 33, or I guess 32, because maybe you need a full formation to do that. It's a 10-person formation, minus one spot because of the bullywug that takes up a seat. So it comes out to 32 champions, really, minimum. If you want a full formation while losing champions all along the way, you need at least 32 champions. And your slot choices matter then too, very much. Because even if you own that many champions, you might not actually have them all by then. Daniner, question Mars, is there a possibility that you can train the captions? It's confusing to read. I've been concerned about that too. So, I'll look into it. I don't think there is. But the captions program that I'm using is called Sky Captions, I believe. It's a plugin for OBS. And Sky Captions uses Google captioning. So maybe what I can do is look into if there's a way to mess around with Google captioning and then hopefully use that information to make my plugin work better. Yeah, I've been using captions now for, oh gosh, nearly 100 episodes. Wow. And I have noticed that, especially when I begin to speak more quickly, it has a very difficult time keeping up with what I am saying. Right now, it seems to be doing okay. But that is largely because I am now very much aware of it. And I am trying to speak at a more normal pace and enunciate my words more carefully. It's doing pretty good so far. Mostly names and numbers where it struggles. That makes sense. Let's see how it does with all of my champion names real quick. I'm curious about this. Ahem. Brunor. Sisaspia. Orkira. Celeste. Talon. Whittle. Nayeli. Grama. Artemis. Jarlaxle. Sentry. Baloth. Desmond. Calliope. Briv. Viconia. Ashara. Krond. Shandy. Krull. Alindra. Minsk. Farida. Lucius. Gosrick. Delina. Hitch. Human. Tatiana. Makos. Dritzt. Morgaine. Tyrell. Havilar. Olcoria. Yorvin. Jamila. Warden. Dragonbait. Oriza. Rust. Archon. Zorbu. Azaka. Melf. Vi. Oh, did I miss Shaka? Soccer? No! Okay, yeah, so that's a very good point. Captions doesn't work great when we're using fantasy names in a D&D video game. Boy, I can't wait to play with my favorite champions, Sarsaparilla, Grandma, Century. Oh boy, hey, that was pretty fun. My heart goes out to all the captions readers because it is trying so hard to keep up with all the silly names that we have to use for this game, but it just can't quite do it. Okay, I have zero time to do so today because I'm doing like back-to-back streaming, immediately going to lunch, and then immediately modding again, so I don't have time today. But tomorrow, I do have time. I will look into captions training, if that's even a thing that I could do. At the very least, I know that I have a word replacement feature. So what I could do is, like, try saying a champion's name multiple times, and then set up the correction to replace whatever it thinks I'm saying with what I actually want it to show. Perhaps that would do the trick. It's worth a shot, at least. Do that again with all the champions that I'm missing on my Epic account. I mean, I guess we do have extra time today. Yeah, exactly, Wrathchild, yeah. I'm gonna have to edit the definitions. Yeah. Oh, was Lauren also working with her captions? Nice. Yeah, she was actually the one who first gave me direction to go in for setting up captions with my show. And then I found this plugin, which works out beautifully. Although, could be better. It's not perfect, but it's a lot better than not having any captions at all, at least. Alright, we've got some time to kill anyway. Demon Tiger, what is that screen? I've been wanting a screen like that, but I've never seen it. My friend, allow me to introduce you to the wonderful world of always keep a blacksmithing contract in your inventory at all times. Because you can use it to access this screen, where you can see all of your champions. You can even hover over any of their gear to see exactly what that piece of gear is. All of its information, including flavor text and item level and rarity. You can see average item level for all of your champions. And then you can just X out of it. You can just click the X and get out of it, or press escape. And that doesn't actually use the blacksmithing contract. So always keep at least one blacksmithing contract in your inventory so that you can get to this screen. And then you can just X out of it without actually committing that blacksmithing contract to be used on anyone. Yeah, I use that instead of the actual collections tab, this one. Honestly, I don't like this screen. It takes forever to get through. It takes so long to load things. I don't like it. I don't like this one. I like the blacksmithing contract screen much, much more. Plus, then I don't have to feel bad about missing spaces on my collection screen. Because all I really care about is getting all epics on everybody. Or at least all blues. No gray, no green. Only blue, only purple. That's my preference. Hypnotic Sheep, how'd you shrink the portraits on the blacksmithing contract screen? I only see 2 rows. I didn't do anything specifically to shrink the portraits. We might just be playing on a different resolution. I'm playing on 1920 by 1080. If I shrink it down, this is going to look weird for a second. Alright, so apologies. This is going to look weird for a minute. It got very tiny. I know. Bear with me just a second. Yeah, okay, so there's only 2 rows visible if you're on the lowest resolution. You need to go into your settings, display, and bring it up to a higher resolution. And then you can see multiple rows. That's all. Yeah, some of the game windows just change based on what your resolution is set to. Alright, do we want to do the names again, but this time for the entire team? Because I can switch over to my Steam account and do that. Okay. This is incredibly dumb. I can't believe I'm about to do this for 99 champions. Alright, so, well, I guess this is why y'all come here. Education and entertainment. We've done the education, now it's time for the entertainment. Brunor. Deacon. Cathris. Turial. Cisaspia. Esmeralda. Orkira. Nerds. Dahani. Alright, that's slot 1. Celeste. Regis. Donar. Korth. Krydel. It doesn't seem like it's working. Did my captions just stop? It just gave up. What? Okay, well, I guess we're not doing that after all. What the heck? It's never done that before. Why? What are you... That's incredible timing. Oh my gosh, that is so funny. Okay, we're gonna switch back over to my epic game. Alright. Someone suggested do that for Champion 100 release. Yeah, I think that's fun. We'll try this again when the Dungeon Master is actually out and we're celebrating the release of Champion number 100. Wow. When even fate conspires to not let me do a thing. Okay, captions. Where do I even have you? Okay. I have turned the captions off and back on. Still not doing anything. I've never had my captions just completely stop functioning in the middle of the show before. This is so weird. Yeah, Dahani broke my captions, apparently. Huh. Murder Burb is tired of being a subpar DPS and is taking revenge upon my show. Okay. Well then. Broken Trash Man. Question, how do you get that screen that shows all the champions like I see in the Discord channels? Oh, if it's one that's being used in the Discord channels a lot, that's probably talking about Bite Glow, which is a website, a third-party website. It's not affiliated with Codename Entertainment at all. One of the community members, one of the game's players, made a website where you can check a lot of information about Isle Champions. But I have to caution you because, like, using Bite Glow reads your game data, so if that's a choice that you make, that's on you, not us. So I can't, like, officially condone it, you know. But if you choose to use it, okay. Can I really not have captions anymore? Wait, it's back? Oh, okay. Great. Welcome back, captions. To the world of streaming. That was weird. Alright, well, we're just coasting along in Armored Assault now. I'd like to go a little faster, but I'm running out of speed potions. I don't want to waste them. I know. I'll open up some chests. Don't want to lose the chance. Are you kidding me? All right. Today's been weird. Jamila? Ah. All right. Well, I was excited. And now I'm not. That feels worse than Delana. At least if it landed on Delana, it would have been funny. Oh, hey, adaptive support epic for Melf. Okay, that's pretty cool. Hey, and that's my 50th epic ever. Nice. Oh my god, I can't believe I just casually pulled my second shiny. Hilarious. Mikey Moo 16743. Question: starting time gate, what year 1 and year 2 champions would you recommend, or your favorites? Oh man, I mean there's some really good ones. Hold on a second. Let me SCBA. Let me open up my champions visual aid. Apologies to anyone I just stole luck from to pull a random shiny. But Jamila, though? Ugh. I'd rather it be anyone else. Alright, so I'm looking at the Champions Visual Aid to see all of the Year 1 and Year 2 champions. So just going down the list. Oh, Gromma. I love Gromma. I've got Gromma out here right now. She's probably... I'm betting, like, if you looked at my entire usage history of champions, that's not a thing, but if that was a thing that you could look at, Gromma is probably in my top 10 most used event champions. Let's see, who else? Oh, Zorbu in slot 12. Zorbu's a Year 1 champion. He's one of the best DPS characters and a solid support character besides. Oh, Narak, which is the Year 1 Greengrass character, so this is actually Narak's event. He's just retired. Narak's really cool because he has his Getsrai focus, which can boost support abilities of champions with a wisdom score of 14 or higher, such as Gosrick, in a pretty phenomenal way. Caddybree in slot 7 is another good DPS and support character. Deacon in slot 1 is another Year 1 champion. Deacon's incredible as a speed champion. Year 2 champions, Frida in slot 7 is one of my favorite characters in the whole game. And I'm probably going to be switching to being a Frida DPS main on my Steam account pretty soon. Donar in slot 2, I don't have him yet on this account, but he's a really, really good support. And also usable for Azaka farming. Warden in slot 11 is awesome because they're like an extra team member. No matter what kind of formation you're running, you can swap Warden in, build up Hex stacks, and then swap them out for somebody else. And the Hex stacks will stay. Hex stacks make the enemy take more damage from all sources. So it's just free damage. Warden is fantastic. Let's see, who else from Year 2? Ayla. Ayla is a fantastic tank and support and debuff champion. Huzzah! Cow farming! Yeah, I gotta work on the captions. Let's see, there's Spurt and Keelik and Korth as well. They're all about roughly as good as each other. Shandy in slot 6 as another speed champion who doesn't even care about gear for her speed effect. Likewise, Deacon doesn't care about gear for his speed effect either. All of those are good. Oh, and then Turial, another great tier 1, slot 1 champion. Year 2, slot 1 champion. Turial is like an anti-tank. If an enemy would attack Turial, they instead attack a different champion in the same column. So Turial is really cool if you're trying to get a multi-tank formation like down to... Like, if you have a 2-tank formation and you put Turial in, Turial makes it a 1-tank formation. If you have a 3-tank formation and you put Turial in, Turial makes it a 2-tank formation. I really prefer single-tank formations. So I like using Turial because I can work with fewer tanks that way. Alright, here comes the final battle. Let me focus up on this for a minute. The Ghoul Pool! Bye-bye, Elder Brain. And we're done. Easy. Alright, now we just coast out the final 25 stages and we win. So I didn't even have to have, like, a ton of ultimates ready. I really just needed Kroll. Some other folks earlier were saying that Corazone's Grease Puddle works really exceptionally well for that as well. Yeah, it's another good one for that. Donar's ultimate might be useful. Maybe? No. I don't think he would go all the way over. I don't know, actually. I don't know whether Dawnar's ultimate would be good for that. But Krull and Corazon, definitely. And just being able to put Gromma's Wall up or Naeli's Stun so that you have time to use whatever other ultimates that you need. That's a great setup. So, Mikey Moo, I hope that wasn't too many champions to throw at you for Year 1 and Year 2 suggestions. There's honestly just a lot of good ones from the early years of Idle Champions. Take your pick, really. It feels like maybe like half of them are popularly used characters. Okay, I've got about 5 minutes left before I gotta go so that I can get ready for formation save with Sean. Speaking of, if you are struggling with a particular adventure or variant, even if it's in a time gate or an event, as long as it's not Trials of Mount Tiamat. You can't be in a Trials of Mount Tiamat adventure. But if you're doing anything else, and you're having trouble with it, then we have a show coming up next that's called Formation Save. And Formation Save is really, like, unique in that, in this show, which is largely Sean, one of our customer support people. Sean, he works on all of your tickets that you send in for bug reports. That's his job. He's also a streamer, like me, and one of his shows that he does, Formation Save, he's able to clone your game and load up the clone version on his side so that he can then work through whatever it is that you are struggling with and show you how to beat it, if it's at least possible for you to beat it. And then you can just follow along in your own game. I don't know any other game company that has a show that does that. I think it's really unique. Super cool. On Tuesdays, Sean is co-hosted with Taylor, the other half of the customer support team. And on Thursdays, he is assisted by me! So, if you are enjoying Guiding Hand and you want more of me, stick around because I am also in the very next show that's coming up. So maybe you're struggling with Armored Assault. Or you're struggling with unlocking Blue Sheet. Or the dreaded Lesson in Classes. Bum bum bum! Whatever it is that you're having trouble with, as long as it's not Trials of Mount Tiamat, we can help. I don't understand why we can't do Trials of Mount Tiamat. But we can't. It feels weird to see a streamer with a game not moving at super speed. Yeah. I just don't have a large stock of speed potions on this account. So I don't want to use them all and then not have any. Pseudonym unlocking Dragonbait, that's what you need help with? Well, my friend, stick around for Formation Save. Yeah, that Valindra boss fight is pretty nasty, isn't it? Gosrick can certainly help with that with his armor shredding ability. Armor ablation. Can you have a background team doing trials? I think so. I think you can have a Trials of Mount Tiamat game open. Well, okay, I know you can have a campaign open. I don't know if you can have a team doing an adventure in Trials of Mount Tiamat, even if they're in the background. I'll have to confirm that with Sean after the show. So, I'm going to walk back my answer there, Ninehammer. I don't know if you can have a background party in a Trials of Mount Tiamat adventure. I would assume that, like, because of the multiplayer aspect, you couldn't do it, because then you've got, like, 2 copies doing the same thing. Oh, you can't have a team in the Trials adventure at all? But you can have the campaign open though, right? I'll confirm with Sean. I don't want to give misinformation, so I'll make sure to ask Sean, and then he can explain and put us all on the same page together. Oh, hi, Sean. Good to see you, buddy. Sean, I was just about to wrap up here. It's awesome that you're here. For Formation Save, can you have a background party in Trials of Mount Tiamat? For Formation Save, can you just have a campaign started in Trials of Mount Tiamat, but not actually have anyone in the adventure for it, even a background party? Does that work? Or do you just have to, like, not even whatsoever, you can't even have a Trials of Mount Tiamat campaign started? You can't have any party in a Trials adventure. Okay, can you at least start a campaign and just not have anyone on the adventure? You can have a campaign started. Excellent. Thank you, Sean. That's what we needed. Appreciate that. All right. So with that information, so that we can confirm that. Thank you very much, Sean. Now we can actually wrap up. So, Armored Assault. The Elder Brain fight, because of the Mind Flayers having armored health, that's what's really nasty about this one. Just have a bevy of ultimates ready to be fired off, especially if you can stun or put a wall up at the start, and then you can just let loose with a bunch of ultimates. That should be able to shred the brain down and get through that. Good luck with all of your runs for the event. I will be back tomorrow for Guiding Hand, and I'll be back in like 15 minutes for Formation Save. So, thank you everyone for joining me for this episode of Mars Guiding Hand. I'll see you again in about 15 minutes, like I said. Check out all the other awesome shows, which I'm on most of them today. We've got Formation Save coming up next, Community and Q&A right after that, and then there'll be Idle Insights and Developer Insights, which I'll be modding for. You can follow Idle Champions on social media. Please join our community on the platform of your choice. You can find me on Twitter at Ryan Blake Hall, but please call me Mars. It is my preference. Thank you to Codename Entertainment. Thank you to Jordan for moderating, producing, and catching questions for me today, especially today. Thank you very much, Jordan. And thank you, Sean, actually, for showing up here at the end and answering a question for us. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Wherever you're on the multiverse, be safe, be kind to each other. I know it can be hard sometimes, but try to exercise positivity wherever you can. And until next time, look sharp. I shaved and showered right before the stream, so I'm feeling very sharp. See ya.